In the women's 800 freestyle relay, in 8th place, Long Island Aquatic Club, their A relay. Charlotte Conner, Karina Dye, Allie Hayes, and Sophia Lyons. Actually, all these teams on the board's podium are the A relays for these clubs. 7th place, Waukesha Express, Emmy Meyer, Rachel Brzezinski, Ella Antonuski, and Avery Antonuski. In 6th place, Chicago Wolfpack Aquatic, Harper Roush, Livia Kremer, Colleen Tracy, and Joy Chang. In 5th place, Academy Bullet Swim Club, Paige Kowal, Kayla Kowal, Hayden Cruz, and Annabelle Naraki. 4th place, Lakeside Swim Team, Ava Graziani, Marley Cooksey, Casey Brager, and Sydney Green. In 3rd place, Ole Swimming, Katie Dunfield, Rachel Leginski, Megan Bluthman, and Aubriel McKay. 2nd place, Nations Capital Swim Club, Ginger Strickland, Amelia Edwards, McKinley Busson, and Ariana Aldeguar. The 2026 NCSA champions of the women's 800 freestyle relay, Suburban Seahawks, Nola Waldbruiser, Madison Suchecki, Carolyn Whitney, and Lucy Liu in a time of 8:24.67. Thank you, ladies, and congratulations. Next up, the award presentation in men's 200 freestyle relay. In 8th place, Kentucky Aquatics, Will Jones, Clark Coyle, Jacob Phillips, and Sawyer Wilson. 7th place, Academy Bullets, Braden Nagel, Landon Cruz, Jack Murphy, and Carmine Falera. 6th place, Waukesha Express, Will Larkin, Ryan Wayner, Aiden Kaganovsky, and Benjamin Wasatki. 5th place, New Trier Aquatics, Charlie Sears, Nick Durcha, Lubo, Leo Charbadiski, and Jordan Coe. 4th place, Dead's Club, Matthew Eitkins, Jacob Buguff, Noah Castaneda, and Daniel Chen. 3rd place, Suburban Seahawks, Henry Enstein, Jack Grimley, Emery Hess, Jamie Brinchfield. 2nd place, Nations Capital, Finn O'Shea, Arthur Zhao, Gabe Hansen, Yarn Lee. The 2026 NCSA champions in the men's 200 freestyle relay, Team Elite, or Team Pittsburgh Elite Aquatic, Ben Whiteford, Jackson Edwards, Odin Sue, and Nazar Nikovsky in a time of 1:32.81. Congratulations, gentlemen. In tonight's final session, we're going to see competition in the 400 free, the 100 butterfly, 200 breaststroke, and 400 freestyle relay. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask that you all please rise for tonight's singing of our national anthem. going to be just a moment before we get started with our first heat. Tonight's finals in the women's 400 freestyle. So relax just a moment, ladies. All right, we're going to start it off this evening. E-final heat in women's 400 freestyle. Underway, E-final heat of the women's 400 freestyle. Lane 1, Carolyn Kilty, Nation's Capital. Lane 2, Annie Tenzie, Rockville, Montgomery. Lane 3, Kaylin O'Hara, Nation's Capital. Lane 4, Ava Murray, Zionsville Swim Club. Lane 5, Kayla Kowal, Academy Bullet Swim Club. Lane 6, Brooklyn Rager, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Lane 7, Gabby Heinz, Irish Aquatics. And Lane 8, Grace Bell, Germantown Academy. Carolyn Kilty, Nation's Capital, Lane 1, taking it out. Turns at the 100, 102.60. Second at the 100, Lane 5, Kayla Kowal, Academy Bullets, 104.02. Carolyn Kilty over in lane 1. Still out front, 2:10.94. Kowal second. Lane 5, 2:12.33. And third in lane 8, Grace Bell, Germantown Academy. She turned 2:13.41. 2 lengths left to go here in the E final heat, women's 400 freestyle. Kilty still out front, lane 1, turned in a 320.76, ahead of Kowal, and Bell still in third, lane 8. Now into the lead, lane 5, Kayla Kowal, Academy Bullets, turned at the 350 in a time of 3:55.02. Kilty second in lane 1, turned at a 3:55.74. They're bringing it home now. Kayla Kowal, Academy Bullets, 4:28.43. D final. D final, lane 1, Gabby Green of Gateway. Lane 2, Stella Succi, Medina Swim Club. Lane 3, Ayla Madera, Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. Lane 4, Emily D'Amicis of Dad's Club. Lane 5, Kate Britton, Tide Riders. Lane 6, Lauren Wedeking, Kentucky Aquatics. Lane 7, Katie Dunfield, Ole. And lane 8, Melissa Geiger, Greenwich YWCA. Lauren Wedeking in lane 6, turning at the 100, 103.62. Had a Emily Demisius, Dad's Club in lane 4, 103.64. Wedeking out front at the 150 with Kate Brenton of Tide Riders moving into second position. .200 turn coming up. And now into the lead, Kate Brenton of Tide Riders, turned in a 2:12.05. Second of the 200, Emily D'Amicis of Dad's Club. Britton turned first at the 250, now into second position. Lauren Wedeking, Kentucky Aquatics in lane 6. 300 turn. Ayla Madera in lane 3. Fishers Area Swimming Tigers 320.49 ahead of Brenton from Tide Riders in lane 5. And third now, lane 1, Gabby Green, Gateway. Half a length to go. Ayla Madera, lane 3 from Fast Tigers. Leads the D final heat to the wall. And Ayla Madera in a time of 4:26.57. C final. C final, lane 1, McKinley Booston, Nation's Capital. Lane 2, Kalina All, Mansfield Aquatic Club. Lane 3, Izzy Mason, Rockville Montgomery. Lane 4, Brantley Patterson, Nova of Virginia. Lane 5, Isabella Zarcos, Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 6, Sophie Thornburg, North Carolina Aquatic Club. Lane 7, Cameron Jones, Germantown Academy. And lane 8, Joy Cheng, Chicago Wolfpack. Joy Cheng, Chicago Wolfpack. In lane 8. Turns in a time of 102.00. Second position, lane 4. Brantley Patterson, Nova of Virginia, 103.82. .200 turn coming up for Joy Cheng, Chicago Wolfpack. 209.51. Second, Brantley Patterson, Nova of Virginia. Brantley Patterson, Nova, Virginia, lane 4, picking up the pace. Patterson into the lead now at the 300, 318.13. Cheng split at the 300, 318.60. And third is Sophie Thornburg, North Carolina Aquatic Club in lane 6. Patterson turns at the 350, 351.32. Cheng still second in lane 8. Thornburg third in lane 6. In the C final, it's going to be Brantley Patterson, Nova of Virginia. The time 4:23.92. Consolation final. Consolation final, lane 1, Margaret Litzow, New Trier Aquatics. Lane 2, Samantha Packard, Greenwich YWCA. Lane 3, Ginger Strickland, Nation's Capital. Lane 4, Paige Kowal, Academy Bullets. Lane 5, Madison Sachecki, Suburban Seahawks. Lane 6, Ariana Aldeguire, Nation's Capital. Lane 7, Amelia Edwards, also a Nation's Capital. And lane 8, Nola Waldbusser of Suburban Seahawks. Paige Kowal, Academy Bullets leading the way in lane 4, turns at the 100, 101.63, ahead of Nola Waldbusser in lane 8, Suburban Seahawks at a 102.61. .200 turn, Paige Kowal, 208.16, still second in lane 8. Nola Waldbusser, 210.45, and in third, lane 5, Madison Sachecki of Suburban Seahawks. Paige Kowal, Academy Bullets looking strong here in lane 4. 2 lengths to go. Turns at the 300, 3:14.74. Second position, Waldebuser in lane 8, 3:18.75. And Sachecki still third in lane 5. Paige Kowal on her way back. Sachecki now in second position, lane 5. And third, Ginger Strickland, Nation's Capital in lane 3. Paige Kowal, Academy Bullets, your leader the whole way in the consolation final, and she touches in a time 4:19.95. Quite the drop from her time of this morning. We now parade out the championship final heat in women's 400 freestyle. Swimming in lane 1, it'll be Marlee Cooksey from Lakeside Swim Team. Lane 2, Ava Graziani, also from Lakeside. Lane 3, Maddie Brennan from Petty Aquatic Association. Lane 4, Emily Snyder from Team Greenville. Lane 5, Harper Roush from Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 6, Mara Ahern, Rockville Montgomery. Lane 7, Jillian Wiersma from H2Oki Aquatics. And lane 8, Megan Bluthman from Ole Swimming. Championship final in women's 400 freestyle. NCSA record of the women's 400 freestyle, a 4:12.80. Madison Smith, Rockville, Montgomery, 2023. Hundred turn and out in front. Harper Roush, Chicago Wolfpack, 101.73. Second at the 100, lane 4, Emily Schneider, Team Greenville, 102.22. And third at the 100, Megan Bluthman, Ole Swimming in lane 8. Harper Roush here in lane 5, Chicago Wolfpack. Roush's 200 split, 207.40. Second, lane 4, Emily Schneider, Team Greenville, 207.93. And third, Maddie Brennan of Petty Aquatic. Race is still the same order, Roush, Schneider, and Brennan. .300 turn coming up. There are the bells. Harper Roush, Chicago Wolfpack turns in a 3:13.19. Schneider in lane 4, 3:14.00. And Brennan third in lane 3. Order stays the same at the 350 turn. And now on the way back to finish out the championship final heat in women's 400 freestyle. Harper Roush with a pretty comfortable lead coming into the wall here. And Harper Roush, Chicago Wolfpack, 4:18.18 in the championship final heat of women's 400 free. E-final of men's 400 freestyle. E-final lane 1, JP Costello, Tide Riders. Lane 2, Everett Heiser, Zionsville Swim Club. Lane 3, Quinn Beeson, Team Greenville. Lane 4, Brody Tyndall, Huntsville Swim Association. Lane 5, Everett Pumphrey of New Trier Aquatics. Lane 6, Gibson Jones, Nova of Virginia. Lane 7, Drew Hodum, Nova of Virginia. And lane 8, Gareth Hollander of Nova of Virginia. Everett Heiser, Zionsville, turns at the 100, 58.29. Ahead of Brody Tyndall, Huntsville Swim Association in lane 4, 58.32. Now Tyndall into the lead at the 150. Heiser second, and third in lane 6, Gibson Jones, Nova of Virginia. Brody Tyndall, 200 split, 202.46. Gibson Jones, Nova of Virginia, second at the 200, 202.58, with Heiser from Zionsville, third in lane 2. Tyndall out front, lane 4. On the move in lane 5, Everett Humphrey, New Trier. Lane 6, Gibson Jones, Nova of Virginia at the 300, 306.70. Then Tyndall in lane 4, 306.71. And then Beeson, Quinn Beeson, Team Greenfield, was third at the 300. Gibson Jones turns at the 350, 338.39. Then Brody Tyndall in lane 4. Beeson third in lane 3. Brody Tyndall into the lead now. Huntsville Swim Association, and Tyndall touching in a time of 4:08.71. D final. D final, lane 1, Sam Jankowski, Lakeside Swim Team. Lane 2, Harper Church, Team Greenville. Lane 3, Ashton Boki, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 4, Zach Fisher, Nova of Virginia. Lane 5, Augustus Friedel, Core Swimming. Lane 6, Old North State Aquatics, Henry Cooper. Lane 7, Eagle Swim Team, Riley Poirier. And in lane 8, Boilermaker Aquatics, Austin Pritz. Austin Pritz, a Boilermaker, lane 8. Turns at the 100, 57.50. Second at the 100. Lane 1, Sam Jankowski, Lakeside Swim Team, 58.67. And third in lane 3, Ashton Boki, Chicago Wolfpack. .200 turn. And Pritz still in the lead. Lane 8, 200.12. Jankowski still in second over in lane 1. Third in lane 7, Riley Poirier, Eagle Swim Team. Now Riley Poirier, Eagle Swim Team at the 250 turn. Into the lead, Jankowski second in lane 1, Pritz third in lane 8. .300 turn for Riley Poirier, Eagle Swim Team in lane 7, 301.35. Sam Jankowski, Lakeside, second in lane 1, 301.92. And third, Austin Pritz, a Boilermaker, in lane 8. Poirier at the 350, 331.25. Jankowski still second. Over in lane 1. Coming down to the finish of the D final. It's going to be Riley Poirier, Eagle Swim Team. Riley's time, 4:00.74. C final. C final, lane 1, Jonathan Packard, Greenwich YWCA. Lane 2, Nicholas Diaconescu of Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 3, Josh Farnsworth, Nova of Virginia. Lane 4, Connor Menier, Nation's Capital. Lane 5, Trevor Donnelly, Rockville, Montgomery. Lane 6, Liam Condon, Ole Swimming. Lane 7, Brody Blatt of Tide Riders. And lane 8, Charlie Kelly of Chicago Wolfpack. Leading at the 100, Brody Blatt of Tide Riders, 57.45. Second over in lane 1, Jonathan Packard, Greenwich YWCA. And third, Nicholas Diaconescu, Sandpipers in lane 2. Brody Blatt leading at the 150 turn. Liam Condon, Ole Swimming into second position, lane 6. Brody Blatt leading at the 200, 159.61. Condon in lane 6, 2:00.18, and third, Jonathan Packard, Greenwich YWCA in lane 1. 2 lengths to go. Brody Blatt, Tide Riders, turning at the 300, 302.51. Second position now, Connor Minier, Nation's Capital in lane 4, turned in a 303.19. And third, Jonathan Packard, Greenwich YWCA in lane 1. Final turn, Blatt out front. Minier second in lane 4. And third now. In lane 3, Josh Farnsworth, Nova of Virginia. Brody Blatt of Tide Riders going to take the C final heat, 4:03.41. Consolation final. Here in the consolation final, lane 1, Oliver Ritchie, Germantown Academy. Lane 2, Dylan Haver, Shark Swim Club. Lane 3, Charlie Hilton, Nova of Virginia. Lane 4, Walker Price, Lakeside Swim Team. Lane 5, Cale Chow, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 6, Cooper Price, Lakeside Swim Team. Lane 7, Cooper Zachar Kemney from Rockville, Montgomery. And lane 8, Stefan Tedek of New Trier Aquatics. Cale Chow at the 100, 56.62. Second position over in lane 2, Dylan Haver of Shark Swim Club. Third at the 100, Walker Price of Lakeside Swim Team, lane 4. Coming up on the 200 turn. And Chow turns, lane 5, 158.90. Walker Price right next to him, Lakeside, lane 4, 158.96. Price and Chow, stroke for stroke, side by side. Price into the lead at the 250 turn. Now coming up, we got Walker Price stretching his lead. Now in lane 6, Cooper Price. Price Brothers, 1 and 2, with 2 lengths left to go. 350 turn, Walker Price, Lakeside, 331.69. Cooper Price, second in lane 6. Walker Price, Lakeside Swim Team, worked up a nice lead, coming into the wall. Walker Price's time, 401.63 in the consolation final heat of men's 400 freestyle. Now we bring out the championship final heat in men's 400 free. Swimming in lane 1, Carter Rankin, Lakeside Swim Team. Lane 2, Vaughn Muir, Old North State Aquatics. Lane 3, Jack Murphy, Academy Bullets. Lane 4, Aiden Terezis, Izwaki Aquatics. Lane 5, Toby Esposito, Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 6, Nicholas Liberty, Rockville, Montgomery. Lane 7, Teddy Peterson, Mecklenburg Swim Club. And lane 8, William Tomokos Murphy from St. Andrews Aquatics. Your championship final heat of men's 400 free. NCSA record in the men's 400 freestyle, 350.97. Alec Enyart, Tsunami Swim Team in 2022. Hundred turning out in front. Jack Murphy, Academy Bullets, 56.88. Second at the 100, Teddy Peterson, Mecklenburg, lane 7, 56.92. .200 turn, Jack Murphy out front, lane 3, 158.13. Ahead of Toby Esposito's, Sandpipers of Nevada, lane 5. Third is Aiden Terezis, Izwaki Aquatics, lane 4. Now Aiden Terrazas is walking to the front in lane 4 at the 250 turn. Esposito second in lane 5. .300 turn, and Aiden Terrazas is walking 259.24 ahead of Toby Esposito. Sandpiper 259.33 and third Jack Murphy of Academy Bullets in lane 3. Final turn, Terrazas still out front. Lane 4, Esposito. Second in lane 5, they're racing down here to the finish. Look at the kick on Aiden Terrazas. This is Walkie Aquatics in lane 4. Terrazas blasting back on the final 50, and his time 3:57.71 in the championship final heat of men's 400 free. E-final in women's 100 butterfly. E-final. Lane 1, Miller for Team Pittsburgh. Lane 2, Jacobs for Nova of Virginia. Lane 3, Stanek for Academy Bullets. Lane 4, Morrison for Nations Capital. Lane 5, Billet for Academy Bullets. Lane 6, Martin for Dad's Club. Lane 7, Wheat for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers. And Koner for Long Island Aquatic in lane 8. Morrison at the 50, 28.97 ahead of Stanek in lane 3. Into the wall they come, and touching first, Amy Martin of Dad's Club, 102.80. D final. D final, lane 1, Booster for Nations Capital. Lane 2, Alvarado, Nassau Wildcat Aquatics. Lane 3, Boland for Mecklenburg. Lane 4, Shapiro for Lakeside. Lane 5, Yancey for Tide Riders. Lane 6, Della Duca for New Trier. Lane 7, Whitney for Suburban Seahawks. And lane 8, Dela Cruz for Academy Bullets. Around at the 50, out front, Vanessa Alvarado, Nassau Wildcat, 29.26, ahead of Dela Cruz in lane 8 for Academy Bullets. Alvarado in lane 2, 102.87 in the D final. C final. C final, lane 1, Fitzgerald for Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 2, Renowned for Tide Riders. Lane 3, Alexander, Team Greenville. Lane 4, Geiger for Greenwich YWCA. Lane 5, Brooks for Kentucky Aquatics. Lane 6, Bill Geiser for Irish Aquatics. Lane 7, Kowal, Academy Bullets. And lane 8, Cushman for Nation's Capital. .50 turn, Kennedy Brooks, Kentucky Aquatics, 28.70, ahead of McKinley Cushman, Nation's Capital in lane 8, 29.04. Kennedy Brooks in lane 5, coming into the wall in the C final. Brooks with a time of 101.97. Consolation final. Consolation final, lane 1, Manick for Academy Bullets. Lane 2, Russell for Nation's Capital. Lane 3, Parsons for Chelsea Piers Aquatic. Lane 4, Antonuski for Waukesha Express. Lane 5, Jones for Kentucky Aquatics. Lane 6, Heitzman for Edina Swim Club. Lane 7, Dye for Long Island Aquatic. And lane 8, Gunther for Aquatic Team of Mecklenburg. 50 in, 50 to go, and out in front, Kate Gunther, Aquatic Team of Mecklenburg in lane 8, 28.79, ahead of Cecilia Russell, Nation's Capital in lane 2. Third at the 50 was Karina Dye, Long Island Aquatic, lane 7. Kate Gunther takes the consolation final heat, lane 8, in a time of 101.34. Now we bring out the championship final heat, women's 100 butterfly. Swimming in lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Ariana Necula. Lane 2, Fort Wayne Swim Team, Jordan Glassley. Lane 3, Zionsville Swim Club, Haley Hunter. Lane 4, Huntsville Swim Association, Abby Chan. Lane 5, KC Brager of Lakeside. Lane 6, Zeta Grace Barty from Mecklenburg. Lane 7, Violet Welch from Tide Riders. And lane 8, Abigail Slater, Mansfield Aquatic Club. championship final in women's 100 butterfly. NCSA record in the women's 100 butterfly, 58:45 by Charlotte Crush of Lakeside, 2024. .50 turn and out in front. Lane 5, Casey Brager, Lakeside Swim Team, 28:63. Second in lane 4, Abby Chan, Huntsville Swim Association. Abby Chan, Huntsville Swim Association in lane 4. Leads the championship final heat into the wall. And Chan, 100.91. E-final in men's 100 fly. E-final lane 1, Wasatki for Waukesha Express. Lane 2, Fontana for Nations Capital. Lane 3, Woodward for NASA Wildcat Aquatics. Lane 4, Whittick for Nations Capital. Lane 5, Ford for Machine Aquatics. Lane 6, Dircha for New Trier Aquatics. Lane 7, Wellman for North Carolina Aquatic Club. And lane 8, Kratz for Nations Capital. Woodward turns 26:08 at the other end. Whittick next to him, Nations Capital, 26:39. Over in lane 2, Rafa Fontana, Nations Capital with the edge, but they come in here and touch, and it is Rafa Fontana, Nations Capital, in a time of 56.47 in the E-final heat of men's 100 fly. D-final. D-final lane 1, Halpin for North Carolina Aquatic. Lane 2, Andrews for Team Greenville. Lane 3, Narano for Nations Capital. Lane 4, Friedel for Core Swimming. Lane 5, Neville for Suburban Seahawks. Lane 6, Moldovan for Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 7, Fulweiler for Nations Capital. And lane 8, Mater for Lakeside Swim Team. .50 turn to Moldovan. Out front, lane 6, 25.89. Halpern second in lane 1, 26.00. On the wall in the D final. Lane 7, Levi Fulweiler, Nations Capital, 56.27. C final. C final, lane 1, Mueller for Rockville Montgomery. Lane 3, Brinsfield for Suburban Seahawks. Lane 3, Fleming, also for Suburban Seahawks. Lane 4, Kohlhofer, H2Oki Aquatics. Lane 5, Edwards for Team Pittsburgh. Lane 6, Sal for Nations Capital. Lane 7, Bungie for Nova of Virginia. And Lane 8, Grimley for Suburban Seahawks. 50 turn, and it's Samuel Kohlhofer, H2Oki Aquatics, 25.87. Second position, Jack Grimley at the 50, Suburban Seahawks, 25.97. Zhao was third in lane 6 at the 50. Samuel Kohlhofer, H2Oki Aquatics, in lane 4, 55.41. Now the consolation final in men's 100 butterfly. Consolation final, lane 1, Scott for Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 2, Barlotta, Nations Capital. Lane 3, Slater for Zionsville. Lane 4, Robinson, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 5, Wissou, Long Island Aquatic. Lane 6, Hewell, Waukesha Express. Lane 7, it's Leo Chorbadisky for New Trier Aquatics. And Lane 8, Ball for Iswaki Aquatics. Slater out front, turns into 25-23. Second position, Daniel Scott in lane 1. Kyrie Slater. Really big lead here in the consolation final from Zionsville. His time, 54.50. Bringing out the championship final now in men's 100 butterfly. Swimming in lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Dan Janitis. Lane 2 for H2Oki Aquatics, Cameron Roy. Lane 3 for Kentucky Aquatics, Clark Coyle. Lane 4 for Eagle Swim Team, Justin Shee. Lane 5 for Nations Capital, Tyler Phillips. Lane 6 for Gateway, Dryden Finley. And lane 7 for Team Pittsburgh, Ben Whiteford. Lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Braden Nagel. And that is your lineup in the championship final heat of men's 100 butterfly. NCSA record in the men's 100 butterfly, 53.69. Enzo Solitario, New Wave Swim Club in 2024. Justin Shee, not too far off the meet record. His time this morning, 53.90. Phillips out front at the 50. Nation's Capital, 25.16. Ahead of Shee, who turned at the 50, 25.35. Justin Shee works his way to the front. Under the backstroke flags, into the wall. Justin Shee, Eagle Swim Team, 53.50. And that is a new NCSA record in the men's 100 butterfly. Our first NCSA record of this championship meet. E-final in women's 200 breaststroke. E-final lane 1, Molly Daly for Lakeside. Lane 2, Anna Roth for Nation's Capital. Lane 3, Catherine Kramer, Team Greenville. Lane 4, Cameron Klein, Mecklenburg. Lane 5, Brooke Lexo, Rockville Montgomery. Lane 6, Madison Clevenger, Coast Guard Blue Dolphins. Lane 7, Ella Peterson, Dad's Club. And lane 8, Ariana Cortez Martinez of Nation's Capital. Hundred turn, out in front, lane 7, Ella Peterson, Dad's Club, 1:18.44. Ahead of Madison Clevenger, Coast Guard Blue Dolphins in lane 6, 1:18.46. Brooke Lasko, Rockville Montgomery, lane 5 now out front. Ahead of Cameron Klein of Mecklenburg at the 150. Cameron Klein, Mecklenburg Swim Club, lane 4 here in the E-final. And touches in a time 2:43.03. D final. D final, lane 1, Kinsley Ramey of Lakeside. Lane 2, Vanessa Marsh of Sharks. Lane 3, Haruka Ono of Mecklenburg. Lane 4, Olivia Buckley, Nation's Capital. Lane 5, Caitlin LaBelle, Ole Swimming. Lane 5, Mia Campbell, Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 7, Grace Bell, Germantown Academy. And lane 8, Ella Loftus of Nation's Capital. Kinsley Ramey, Lakeside Swim Team, lane 1. 100 turn at 1:14.57. Second position, lane 8, Ella Loftus, Nation's Capital, 1:15.69. Still Ramey out front, Loftus second. Coming down to the finish here in the D final. And on the wall first, it is Kinsley Ramey, Lakeside Swim Team, 2:40.19. C final. C final, lane 1, Parker Russell for Lakeside. Lane 2, Chelsea Gerardo, Team Greenville. Lane 3, Molly Gonzalez, Academy Bullets Swim Club. Lane 4, Olivia Kremer, Chicago Wolfpack. Lane 5, Catherine Workington, Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 6, Fiona Sanjaya of Rockville, Montgomery. Lane 7, Laura Roth, Nation's Capital. And lane 8, Violet Welch of Tide Riders. Hundred turn And it's Catherine Workington, Sandpipers in Nevada, lane 5 out front, 1:15.00, ahead of Fiona Sanjaya. Rockville Montgomery in lane 6, who turned in a 1:15.00. Correction, Sanjaya, 1:15.29. Workington was a 1:15.00. Workington still out front. Catherine Workington, 2:38.35. Consolation final. Here in the consolation final, lane 1, Kalina All, Mansfield Aquatic Club. Lane 2, McKenna Wilson, Brownsburg Swim Club. Lane 3, Ileana Gorski, Edina. Lane 4, Riley McNeil, New Trier Aquatics. Lane 5, Ellie Druin, Mecklenburg Swimming. Lane 6, Hayes Williams, Nova of Virginia. Lane 7, Mecklenburg Swimming is Sarah Benvenuto. And lane 8 for Tide Riders, Peyton Rubick. Riley McNeil, New Trier, at the 101:15.47 ahead of Ellie Druin, Mecklenburg Swimming. McNeil out in front, lane 4. Williams, Nova, Virginia, second in lane 6. Riley McNeil, New Trier here in the consolation final, 2:36.63. Championship final in women's 200 breaststroke. Lineup for this race, beginning in lane 1, Ruby Esparza, Academy Bullets. Lane 2 for Tide Riders, Emma Faulk. Lane 3 for HD Oki Aquatics, Lainey Alderman. Lane 4 for Team Greenville, Odette Brown. Lane 5 for Lakeside, Alyssa Deal. Lane 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Angela Kadori. Lane 7 for Academy Bullets, Abby Moore. And lane 8 for Suburban Seahawks, Madison Sachecki. Championship final in women's 200 breaststroke. NCSA record of the women's 200 breaststroke, 229.82. Zoe Dixon, Nova, Virginia, 2021. .50 turn and leading the way, Emma Faulk. Tide Riders turned into 34-35. Second at the 50, Odette Brown of Team Greenville, 34.75. Odette Brown, Team Greenville, 100 turn, 112.36. Second position, Emma Faulk of Tide Riders, lane 2, 113.28. And third at the 100, Alyssa Deal of Lakeside, lane 5. Odette Brown, been out front all the way. She turned at the 150, 150.13. Angela Kadori, second position, lane 6 from Rockville, Montgomery. And third, Elizabeth Deal, Lakeside Swim Team. Odette Brown looking strong here. Again, NCSA record 229.82. Odette Brown bringing it in here. Can she get on the wall? Touching in a 229.35. Our second NCSA record of the evening. Odette Brown, Team Greenville. Now we got it rolling here. E-final in the men's 200 breaststroke. E-final lane 1, Toga Killick for Nation's Capital. Lane 2, Jack Pollard of Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 3, Noah So, Core Swimming. Lane 4, Riggins Auto, Suburban Seahawks. Lane 5, Austin Chu, Tide Riders. Lane 6, Alex Ebro from Long Island Aquatic. Lane 7, Grayson Langdon of Tide Riders. And Lane 8, Cooper Redfern of Nova, Virginia. Riggins Auto, Suburban Seahawks. 100 turn, 109.43. Second, Noah So, Core Swimming in lane 3, 110.01. Riggins Auto, Suburban Seahawks in lane 4. Sizable lead coming into the wall in the E-final. His time, 2:24.38. D-final. D-final lane 1, Hugh Harrell, Nova of Virginia. Lane 2, Luca Beslick, Machine Aquatics. Lane 3, Adam Aris, Mecklenburg. Lane 4, Enzo Fontana, Nation's Capital. Lane 5, Xavier Kulak, Long Island Aquatic. Lane 6, Sam Gow, Sandpiper, Nevada. Lane 7, Teddy Motter, Lakeside Swim Team. And lane 8, Zachary Beyer, Stingrays. Hundred turn and over in lane 2. Luca Beslick, Machine Aquatics, 108.31. Second at the 100, lane 4. Enzo Fontana, Nation's Capital, 108.66. And third, lane 3, Adam Aris, Mecklenburg. Fontana out front. at the 150, 146.22. Beslick second in lane 2, 146.48. And third, Eris in lane 3. Enzo Fontana, Nation's Capital. Coming into the wall in Fontana, 224.99 to take the D final heat in men's 200 breaststroke. C final. Here in the C final, lane 1, Gio Bucci, Tide Riders. Lane 2, Jack Dawson, Rockville Montgomery. Lane 3, Caden Zhao, Team Pittsburgh. Lane 4, Corey Beard, Academy Bullets. Lane 5, Charlie Hilton, Nova of Virginia. Lane 6, Quinn Motter, Lakeside. Lane 7, Wyatt Stetter, Peters Township Swim Club. Lane 8, Alexander Avescu, Chicago Wolfpack. Jack Dawson in lane 2, Rockville Montgomery. 100 turn, and Dawson is out front, 108.66. Second, Gio Bucci, Tide Riders in lane 1, 109.01. And we had Bucci and Beard turning at the same time at the 100, that 109.01. .150 turn, still Dawson, 146.12 with Beard, Academy Bullets, second in lane 4. Third is Hilton, Nova of Virginia in lane 5. Corey Beard, Academy Bullets. Lane 4, over in lane 3, Caden Zhao, Team Pittsburgh. Zhao to the front. And it's Caden Zhao in the C final in a time of 2:23.48. Consolation final in men's 200 breaststroke. Here in the consolation final, lane 1, Jackson Puchak from Rockville Montgomery. Lane 2, Peyton Harrison, Lakeside. Lane 3, Matthew Char, Nation's Capital. Lane 4, Lucas Postavelov of Academy Bullets. Lane 5, Ryan Yao, Long Island Aquatic. Lane 6, Jordan Co, New Trier Aquatics. Lane 7, Alex Wood, Nation's Capital. and lane 8, Finn Davis of Eagle Swim Team. Matthew Char, Nation's Capital in lane 3. Char turns at the 100, 107.24, ahead of Pustovalov from Academy Bullets in lane 4, 107.51 for Pustovalov. .150 turn in the consolation final. And out in front now, Lucas Pustovalov, Academy Bullets. He turned into 143.90 ahead of Char, and third in lane 6, Jordan Coe, New Trier Aquatics. Half a length to go. Lucas Pustovalov, Academy Bullets in lane 4, but pouring it on in 6, Jordan Coe. And Jordan Coe gets to the wall first, 221.30. Now we bring out our final championship final heat of the evening in the men's 200 breaststroke. Here's how they'll line up for this one. Beginning in lane 1, Koki Yamamoto for Dad's Club. Lane 2, Luke Collins for Sandpipers of Nevada. Lane 3, Jeremiah Thomas for Shark Swim Club. Lane 4, Gavin Tran, Hershey Aquatic Club. Lane 5, Jacob Begeff for Dad's Club. Lane 6, Owen Durham for Lakeside. Lane 7, Landon Quinn for Mountain Valley Aquatics. And lane 8, Will Larkin, Waukesha Express. Championship final in men's 200 breaststroke. NCSA record in the men's 200 breaststroke, 212.91. Noah Caker, Team Suffolk in 2025. We've got an awards break coming up after the heat in the water. If you were a top 8 finisher in any of the events this evening, please start making your way to award staging. Coaches, help us get your swimmers over to award staging. Gavin Tran, Hershey Aquatic in lane 4. Big strong pull and kick. Tran out front, 100 turn for Tran. 104.81, second position. Jeremiah Thomas, Shark Swim Club in lane 3. Turned in a 106.07. Third position in lane 5, Jacob Begeff, Dad's Club. Tran off the wall at the 150, 139.77. Begeff second from Dad's Club, lane 5, 145, 141.55. Thomas third in lane 3. Gavin Tran, Hershey Aquatic, all alone on this one, even though Begeff is gaining ground on Tran. It is going to be Gavin Tran at the finish, a time of 2:15.77. Gentlemen, when you catch your breath, hop out of the water and head straight over to award staging. The award presentation coming up for you and every other championship final heat that's been swum this evening. Swimmers, please start gathering over at award staging. And now the award presentation in women's 400 freestyle. In 8th place from H2 Aquatics, Jillian Wiersma. 7th place from Rockville Montgomery, Mara Ahern. 6th from Lakeside Swim Team, Marlene Cooksey. 5th from Ole Swimming, Megan Bluthman. 4th from Lakeside Swim Team, Ava Graziani. 3rd from Petty Aquatic Association, Maddie Brennan. 2nd from Team Greenville, Emily Schneider. And the 2026 NCSA champion of the women's 400 freestyle from Chicago, Wolfpack Aquatic Club, Harper Rush, at a time of 4:18.18. Congratulations, ladies. Next up, the award presentation in men's 400 freestyle. In 8th place from Rockville, Montgomery, Nicholas Liberty. 7th from St. Andrews Aquatic, William DeMocos Murphy. 6th place from Mecklenburg Swim Association, Teddy Peterson. 5th place from Lakeside Swim Team, Carter Rankin. 4th place from Old North State Aquatics, Vaughn Muir. 3rd place from Academy Bullets, Jack Murphy. 2nd from Sandpipers of Nevada, Toby Esposito. And a 2026 NCSA champion in the men's 400 freestyle from Izwaki Aquatics, Aiden Terezes, in a time of 3:57.71. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you. Our next award presentation in women's 100 butterfly. In 8th place from Tide Riders, Violet Welch. 7th from Academy Bullets, Ariana Necula. 6th place from Mansfield Aquatic Club, Abigail Slater. 5th place from Fort Wayne Swim Team, Jordan Glassley. 4th place from Mecklenburg Swim Association, Zeta Grace Bertie. 3rd place from Zionsville Swim Club, Haley Hunter. Placing 2nd from Lakeside, Casey Brager, and a 2026 NCSA champion in women's 100 butterfly from Huntsville Swim Association, Abby Chan, and a time of 1:00.91. Thank you, ladies, and congratulations. Next up, the award presentation in men's 100 butterfly. In 8th place for Academy Bullets, Braden Nagel. 7th place for Gateway, Dryden Finley. 6th place for Kentucky Aquatics, Clark Coyle. 5th place for H2Oki Aquatics, Cameron Roy. 4th place for Academy Bullets, Dan Janitis. 3rd place for Team Pittsburgh Elite, Ben Whiteford. 2nd place for Nation's Capital, Tyler Phillips. And a 2026 NCSA champion in the men's 100 butterfly from Eagle Swim Team, setting a new NCSA record in this event of a 53.50. Justin Shee, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a big round of applause. Outstanding accomplishment. That 53.50 broke the old record of a 53.69, so that was great. Our next award presentation in women's 200 breaststroke. In 8th place from Academy Bullets, Ruby Esparza. 7th, also from Academy Bullets, Abby Moore. 6th place for Suburban Seahawks, Madison Suchecki. 5th place for H2Oki Aquatics, Lainey Alderman. Fourth place for Tide Riders, Emma Faulk. Third place from Rockville, Montgomery, Angela Kadori. Second place from Lakeside Swim Team, Alyssa Deal. And a 2026 NCSA champion in a women's 200 breaststroke from Team Greenville, setting a new NCSA record in the women's 200 breaststroke, a time of 2:29.35, Odette Brown. The old record, 2:29.82 from 2021. Again, Odette's new record time, 2:29.35. Congratulations to Odette and all the top 8 finishers in women's 200 breaststroke. Our final award presentation in men's 200 breaststroke. In 8th place from Waukesha Express, Will Larkin. 7th place from Dad's Club Swim Team, Koki Yamamoto. 6th place from Sandpipers of Nevada, Luke Collins. 5th place from Mountain Valley Aquatics, Landon Quinn. 4th place for Shark Swim Club, Jeremiah Thomas. 3rd place from Lakeside Swim Team, Owen Durham. Placing 2nd from Dad's Club, Jacob Big F. And a 2026 NCSA champion in men's 200 breaststroke from Hershey Aquatic Club, Gavin Tran, in a time 2:15.77. Congratulations, gentlemen. That concludes our awards ceremony for this evening. 400 freestyle relay coming up in just about 9 minutes from now. Swimmers, let's please start to clear the main competition pool. Swimmers, let's please clear the main competition pool. Swimmers, let's please clear the main competition pool. Swimmers, please clear the main competition pool. It's relay time, 400 freestyle relay. Heat 1, women's 400 freestyle relay. Kite leads off for Rockville Montgomery B in lane 1, Rager for Fast Tigers in lane 2, Thorpe for Lakeside B in lane 3, Herzig for Mecklenburg Swim Association B in lane 4, Manick for Academy Bullets B in 5. We got Team Pittsburgh Elite in lane 6. Siegel leading off. We got Koner for Long Island Aquatic in lane 7. And Sproul for North Carolina Aquatic in lane 8. Lane 7 out front, Long Island Aquatic, Allie Hayes now. Second at the 100. Lane 8, North Carolina Aquatic with Rosie Gutierrez. And third at the 100, lane 5, Academy Bullets B relay, Ariana Nekula. .200 exchange here. And out in front, North Carolina Aquatic in lane 8, Sydney Burley now. Second, Long Island Aquatic in lane 7, Corinna Dye. And third in lane 5, Academy Bullets B, Karina Miller. Academy Bullets B into the lead, lane 5. Isabella Stanek to anchor for Academy Bullets. In lane 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Jessica Bessa. Third position, lane 8, North Carolina Aquatic, Penelope Chow. And fourth in lane 6, Team Pittsburgh Elite, Ava Komaruski. Racing down here to the finish. Touching first in lane 7, Long Island Aquatic Club, 3:56.18. NCSA record for women, the 400 freestyle relay, 3:47.14 Academy Bullets in 2025. Heat 2 now, women's 400 freestyle relay. Here in Heat 2, the women's 400 freestyle relay, Williams leading off for Fort Wayne Swim Team in lane 1. Schneider for Team Greenville in 2. Rice for Tide Riders in 3. Scully for Huntsville Swim Association in 4. Rogie for New Trier Aquatics in lane 5. Dunfield for Ole Swimming in 6. Gunther for Atomic Team of Mecklenburg in 7. And Wersima for H2Oki Aquatics in lane 8. Fort Wayne Swim Team out front, Naomi Boland up next. In lane 7 for Ole Swimming, it'll be Rachel Leginski. Third position at the 100, H2Oki Aquatics with Lainey Alderman now in the water. Aquatic Team of Mecklenburg in lane 7. It'll be Elizabeth McIntyre up next. Second here at the 200 exchange. In lane 3, Tide Riders, Violet Welch now. Third position, lane 5 for New Trier, Tamara Krett. Over in lane 3, Tide Riders, Avery Canine to anchor for Tide Riders. Second position with the anchor swimmer going in. Lane 7, Aquatic Team of Mecklenburg, Grayson Connor. And third, lane 6, Ole Swimming, Vera Roberson. Tide Riders still out front, lane 3, coming into the wall. Tide Riders in a time of 3:53.90. Heat 3 of women's 400 freestyle relay. Day leads off for Rockville Montgomery in lane 1. Walt Buser for Suburban Seahawks in 2. Antonuski for Waukesha Express in 3. Cooksey for Lakeside in 4. Shiflett for Nations Capital in 5. Cruz for Academy Bullets in 6. Gasecki for Dad's Club in 7. And Kilty for Nations Capital B in lane 8. Out in front at the 100 in lane 3, Waukesha Express, Ava Jewell now. Second, Nations Capital in lane 5 with McKinley Busson. And third at the 100, Suburban Seahawks, Whitney Schischler. Leading at the 200, lane 4, Lakeside Swim Team with Avi Graziani now. Lindsay Schlegel for Waukesha Express in lane 3, and for Nations Capital in lane 5, McKinley Cushman now. Still very close here. Lakeside Swim Team's going to be out front. Anchor swimmer going in, Sydney Green. Rachel Brzezinski now for Waukesha Express in lane 3. And for Academy Bullets in lane 6. Paige Kowal underway. Coming down to the finish, Academy Bullets in lane 6. Paige Kowal leading Academy Bullets down here to the finish. And Academy Bullets touching in a time of 3:51.78. Heat 1 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Zuhowski leads off for Machine Aquatics in lane 1. Boki for Chicago Wolfpack in 2. Besdick for Shark Swim Team in 3. Wilson for Kentucky Aquatics in 4. Hamilton for Rockville Montgomery B in 5. House for Ole Swimming in 6. Purcell for Gateway in 7. And Johnson for Boilermaker in lane 8. Kentucky Aquatics out front. Clark Coyle up next. Second at the 100, Sharks in lane 3, Cameron Kitching. Third in lane 7, Gateway with Alex Atkins in the water now. Sharks trying to close the gap on Kentucky Aquatics. Kentucky Aquatics out front. Jacob Phillips up next. For Sharks in lane 3, Dylan Haver. Third in lane 7, Gateway, Clark Montgomery. Fourth in lane 2, Chicago Wolfpack. Cale Chow now in the water. Sharks Swim Club out front. Jeremiah Thomas up next. Lane 4, Kentucky Aquatics. Will Jones to anchor. Third is Gateway in lane 7. Dryden Finley now. And fourth in lane 6, Ole Swimming, Alexander Ostrander. Churning it up with 25 meters to go. Will Jones for Kentucky Aquatics. And Kentucky Aquatics going to post a time of 3:29.78. Heat 2 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Lane 1, Chen leads off for Dad's Club B. Lane 2, it's Anston for Suburban Seahawks. Lane 3, Blatt for Tide Raiders. Lane 4, McGinn for Lakeside. Lane 5, Terrazas for Izwaki Aquatics. Lane 6, Bridges for Team Greenville. Lane 7, Harrison for Lakeside B. And Lane 8, Farnsworth for Nova of Virginia. NCSA record in the men's 400 free relay, 3:24.50. Lakeside Swim Team, 2025. Henry Anston getting the lead for Suburban Seahawks in lane 2. Jack Grimley up next. Second position, lane 5, Izwaki Aquatics. Max Miller now. And third in lane 6, Team Greenville, Bryson Andrews. Fourth in lane 1, Dad's Club B relay with Kingston Vickers. Suburban Seahawks out front. Emery Hess up next. In lane 3 for Tide Riders, Henry Mura. Third position, Lakeside, lane 4 with Paxton Boyd now. Fourth position, lane 5, Izwaki with Wyatt Ball. Suburban Seahawks, Jamie Brinsfield to anchor. Lane 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Owen Durham. Third position now, Tide Riders, lane 3 with Colin Kineen. And fourth in lane 6, Team Greenville, Harper Church anchoring. Jamie Brinsfield bringing it in for Suburban Seahawks in lane 2. Boy, they got a huge lead here in heat 2 of the 400 freestyle relay for men. And Suburban Seahawks, 3:27.04. Heat 3 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Sears leads off for New Trier Aquatics in lane 1. Zhao for Nations Capital B in 2. Wayner for Waukesha Express in 3. Whiteford for Team Pittsburgh Elite in 4. O'Shea for Nations Capital in 5. Thomas for Dad's Club in 6. Mula for Rockville Montgomery in 7. And Cruz for Academy Bullets in lane 8. Nation's Capital out front in lane 5. Tyler Phillips up next. Over in lane 4 for Pittsburgh Elite. Jackson Edwards now. Third in lane 7, Rockville Montgomery with Trevor Donnelly. And fourth in lane 3, Waukesha Express, Benjamin Wasatke. Lane 6, Dad's Club, Andrew Zhao up next. Pittsburgh Elite in lane 4, Odin Hasu. Third, Nation's Capital, lane 5, Gabe Hansen. And fourth at the 200 in lane 8, Academy Bullets with Jack Murphy now in the water. Coming on strong, Dad's Club in lane 6. Nation's Capital, you're on lead, anchor for Dad's Club, Jacob Agaff. Third at the 300, Academy Bullets with Dan Janitis now. Underway for Pittsburgh Elite in lane 4, Nazar Zakowski. Half a length to go in heat 3 of the men's 400 freestyle relay. Lane 6, Dad's Club, Jacob Agaff bringing it home. Dad's Club touching in a 3:26.68. Heat 4 for the women's 400 freestyle relay. Rashi Wida for Waukesha B in lane 1. Weta King for Kentucky in lane 2. Roush for Chicago Wolfpack in 3. Holland for Mecklenburg Swim Association in 4. Porter for Tide Rider B in 5. Frost for Pittsburgh Elite in lane 6. Alexander for Team Greenville in 7. And Nikola Ninick for Chicago Wolfpack B in lane 8. Kentucky Aquatics out front. Mia Jones up next. Over in lane 1 for Waukesha Express B, Emmy Meyer. Third at the 100, lane 5 for Tide Riders B, Hannah Renaud. And fourth in lane 6 for Pittsburgh Elite, Paige Shaw. Lena Brown up next for Kentucky Aquatics in lane 2. Over in lane 1 for Waukesha Express, Avery Antonuski. Lane 5 for Tide Riders, Kinley Neville. 4th position, lane 8, Chicago Wolfpack's B relay, Kinsley Fitzgerald. Good battle over there. Waukesha Express going ahead of Kentucky Aquatics. Anchoring for Waukesha Express, Laney Wayner. For Kentucky Aquatics, it'll be Kennedy Brooks. Lane 5 for Tide Riders, Lynn Curry. In lane 8 for Chicago Wolfpack B, Chase Massimino. Now Kentucky Aquatics back into the lead with Kennedy Brooks. Waukesha Express B relay, 2nd in lane 1, and 3rd in lane 8, Chicago Wolfpack B. Kentucky Aquatics is going to take heat 4, the women's 400 freestyle relay, 3:56.19. Heat 4 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Chow leads off for aquatic team of Mecklenburg in lane 1. Nagel for Edina Swim Club in 2. Aku for Long Island Express in 3. McKelvey for Pittsburgh Elite B in 4. Keaton for Carolina Aquatic in 5. Peterson for Academy Bullets B in 6. Schultz for Fast Tigers in lane 7. And Burns for Suburban Seahawks B in lane 8. We've had a single earbud turned into us. If swimmers, if you're missing a single earbud, I might have it here at my announced position. Long Island Express lane 3, Toby Wisu up next. Lane 5 for Carolina Aquatic, Calvin Shaper, there he goes. Suburban Seahawks B in lane 8, Grant Fleming. And 4th, Edina Swim Club, Joe Hemberger now in the water. Long Island Express, Theodore Schum now. In lane 8 for Suburban Seahawks B relay, Riggins Auto. In lane 5 for Carolina Aquatic, Benjamin Lee. And 4th in lane 6, Academy Bullets, Keegan Metz. Ethan Chania to anchor for Long Island Express in lane 3. For Suburban Seahawks in lane 8, Aaron Neville. Underway now for Academy Bullet Speed, Yuma Kitamoto. And fourth at the 300, we got aquatic team of Mecklenburg, Henry Gaither now. It's going to be Long Island Express in a time of 3:35.63. Heat 5 of women's 400 freestyle relay. Katz leads off for Edina in lane 3. Miglietta for Nassau Wildcat Aquatics in 4. And Murray, Zionsville Swim Club in lane 5. Dinah Swim Club out front. Stella Succi now. Nassau Wildcat Aquatics. Second at the 100, Stella Tomlinson underway, and Sophia Birch in the water now for Zionsville Swim Club in lane 5. Be Avery Music up next for Nassau Wildcat Aquatics in lane 4. Over in lane 3 for Edina, Ilyana Gorski and Ailey Baroker for Zionsville in lane 5. Vanessa Alvarado to anchor for Nassau Wildcat Aquatics in lane 4. For Zionsville in lane 5, Haley Hunter and Maren Heitzman for Edina in lane 3. Nassau Wildcat Aquatics here in Heat 5. And their time, 4:01.36. Heat 5, a men's 400 freestyle relay. Frost leads off for Tide Riders B in lane 1. Jackson for Eagle Swim Team B in 2. Cast for New Trier Aquatics B in 3. Acarisi for Nova of Virginia Aquatics B in lane 4. Heiser for Zionsville in lane 5. Tennant for Mecklenburg Swim Association B in 6. And a Medlin for Mecklenburg A in lane 7. We got Chase Young for Huntsville Swim Association in lane 8. Leading at the 100, lane 7, Mecklenburg Swim Association, Teddy Peterson. Second, Eagle Swim Team B in lane 2, Matthew Liu. Third in lane 8, Huntsville Swim Association with Walt Cooper now in the water. And fourth in lane 5, Zionsville Swim Club, Kyrie Slater. Eagle Swim Team out front in lane 2. Billy Porter now second position, lane 7. Mecklenburg with Thomas Bay. Third is Zionsville Swim Club, Brady Wright. Fourth in lane 8, Huntsville Swim Association, Sam Frazier. Mecklenburg Swim Association in 7. Adam Aris, second in lane 2. Eagle Swim Team, their B relay. Justin Sheeta anchor. Third, New Trier B in lane 3. Michael Savitsky. And fourth, Nova B in lane 4 with Ben Franks. Justin Shee bringing it home for Eagle Swim Team's B relay in lane 2. Eagle Swim Team in a time of 3:32.82. Two more heats to go. Heat 6 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Clark leads off for North Carolina Aquatic in lane 1. Dickin for Kentucky Aquatics B in 2. Huang for Nassau Wildcat Aquatics in 3. Kulik for Long Island Aquatic in 4. Mahoney for Old North State Aquatics in 5. Moldovan for Chicago Wolfpack Aquatic B in 6. And McMillan for Gateway B in lane 7. North Carolina Aquatic out front. Max Halpern up next. Second at the 100, lane 5, Old North State Aquatic, Henry Cooper now. Third, Long Island Aquatic in lane 4, Ethan Citron. And fourth in lane 6, Chicago Wolfpack B, Alexander Avescu. Up next for North Carolina Aquatic in lane 1, Jack Wellman. Lane 6 for Chicago Wolfpack, Grant Robinson. Third at the 200, lane 5, Old North State Aquatics with Harris Abernathy in the water now. Fourth for Long Island Aquatic Club in lane 4, Lucas Acevedo. North Carolina Aquatics still out front, lane 1. Denali Cutbush Taylor up next. Lane 5 for Old North State Aquatic, Vaughn Muir. For Chicago Wolfpack, Charlie Kelly. And for Long Island Aquatic, lane 4, Ryan Yao anchoring. Cutbush Taylor brings it in for North Carolina Aquatic. Their time here in Heat 6, 3:33.13. Heat 7 of men's 400 freestyle relay. Schreier leading off for Brownsburg Swim Club in lane 3. Simpson for Team Greenville B in 4. Reddick for Izwaki Aquatics B in lane 5. Team Greenville out front. Charlie Taylor now. Underway for Brownsburg in lane 3, Shane Kelly. And for Zwocky B in lane 5, Lucas Ball. For Brownsburg, Preston Huff. Underway for Greenville B, Quinn Beeson. And for Zwocky B, it's Fisher Jakowski. Brownsburg into the lead, lane 3, Braden Dunbar. For Team Greenville B, anchoring Ryan Bogner and Milo Jakowski for Zwocky in lane 5. Brownsburg in a time of 3:42.25. And that concludes day 4. Great job, swimmers. 2 NCSA records as part of our final session this evening. That's pretty cool. Thanks to all of our USA swim officials and all of our volunteers. Tomorrow, we're going to see competition in 50 backstroke, women's 800 free, men's 1500 free,